Don't be stupid. I ain't running. I only run if I'm being chased. Welcome back to the FullON Show. I should be running because I am trying to lose weight, and this is what this video is all about. I've just done 8 weeks on Ozempic, and I'm going to share my experiences with you. I'm going to tell you now, I ain't doing it anymore. It's cost me a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy, and to be honest, I've still got a bloody belly and man boobs. Anyway, let's go for a walk and let's chat Mounjaro, Ozempic, and see if it's something you might want to do. Come on. Right then, first of all, I've got to state that this is not medical advice. This is just my experience on Ozempic. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Mr. TravelON's eating habits. I mean, you've seen me on all of these videos eating so much food in restaurants. I've gone up and down like a yo-yo. Like literally, I have tried every diet man has made. I have tried every drug that man has created, even the dodgy ones. Some worked, some didn't, some made me feel awful, and the Ozempic, well, oh my gosh, 8 weeks and I have literally done nothing with my life, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, this isn't something that you need to worry about. If you're on the Ozempic or the Mjaro and it suits you, that's fine. It's different people, isn't it? And if you're thinking about doing it and you can get it on prescription or you can get it from the doctor, because it is quite expensive, well, do it. Give it a try. It ain't going to kill you. And again, this isn't medical advice. It didn't kill me, but it does make you feel a little bit strange. And I'm going to tell you why. And it's all about dopamine. So let's talk about dopamine first. So isn't it strange, since mobile phones became part of our life, in fact, literally all of our life is run by a mobile phone, all our entertainment and everything, and we're constantly being pushed with things to trigger that emotion, and that's called dopamine. Going to the gym, you know, if you go to the gym, that sort of happy feel, you know, you can't be asked to go, can you? You think, oh God, do I really want to go to the gym? But then after you've been there, you get that sort of dopamine rush, and it's like a reward in your brain. Again, listen, I ain't a scientist. I'm just a fat bloke from Birmingham, but I have got a problem with my weight. Not that I'm absolutely huge. I'm 105 kilos and I am quite tall, and well, I've got the old guns and stuff like that, and I do go to the gym every single day. I go literally 6 days a week to the gym. I do boxing. I don't drink alcohol. So my problem is food and reward, dopamine. Well, a lot of that for me comes from a few things, and one of them is sort of snacking. Now, if Mrs. TravelON buys something like sweets, crisps, or anything naughty, I have to eat it. I have to get it gone before the next day so that I don't eat it the next day. Or if I know it's there, my brain just constantly thinks about it, literally until I get up and go and get it. And that's like a dopamine thing. So when I'm bored, I'll do one or two things. I'll either scroll on TikTok, and again, I've definitely got a dopamine addiction to scrolling on TikTok, because when you're scrolling through all these videos and social media, it's all about dopamine. It's all about giving you that sort of rush of sort of energy, like interest, like something that makes you laugh, something that makes you smile, even things that get you angry is that dopamine sort of hit. And because of social media and the way we're programmed, I don't think we are designed to have all this nonsense thrown at us 24 hours a day. I mean, I can barely watch a film or a TV program without picking my phone up and looking at it. That's something I'm working on in the background. I've got to stop that. And what I've done is I've set timers on my phone to say, listen, Mr. TravelON, you can have this amount of time on these apps and that is it. And it does work and it cuts me off, but there is a way to sort of program it. So I've definitely got what's called a dopamine addiction, and even things like work and stuff like that. You know, if I've got a list of tasks that I need to do and I'm ticking them off, each one of them is feeding me with a dopamine reward. So when I finish the task, I feel good, so I move on to the next one. Now, this is where the Ozempic and the Mounjaro comes in. Because what it actually does, and it does work for stopping you eating and snacking, is it programs your brain, or it tells your brain that eating is not a reward. So it doesn't give you that dopamine feel. So you sort of tend to not feel hungry. You don't seem to crave eating. You do get fuller very, very quickly. So when you've got a big meal, you've seen my videos, I can't leave a scrap on the plate, can I? And again, that's from programming, from being young, isn't it? You know, eat your dinner. There's starving kids in Africa, and we've been programmed from an early age. We have to eat our dinner, otherwise, you know, it's not fair, is it? So that's been programmed into us from a very, very early age. So it sort of makes you feel fuller. My problem was, even though I was full, I was still finishing the dinner. But it also cancels out that reward. So if you have a nice snack, packet of crisps, chocolate bar, something nice, you don't feel anything afterwards. You don't get that dopamine hit and you don't feel satisfied. So next time you think, I'll have a snack, your brain's telling you, nah, you don't need that. So what happens is, you go looking for other dopamine things. You sit and scroll all day. You go into a TikTok cave of never returning from scrolling through all the social media, and you look for other things to give you dopamine. However, because of this bloody Ozempic, for me, it cancelled out everything. Like literally everything. I was not excited about anything. If I achieved something, couldn't be bothered. The thought of going and doing something, couldn't be bothered. So it literally switched off all of the reward system, not just for food, but for bloody everything. So for me personally, it just didn't fit my lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying that you guys it won't work for. It really does depend on sort of what job you do, how your lifestyle is, what your sort of day-to-day is. Now, obviously, I'm self-employed and my job involves me to be full of beans 24 hours a day. I'm always talking to somebody, aren't I? So I have to be motivated. And if I'm not motivated to do something, well, I don't make any money. So it really does sort of boil down to that. And because I wasn't getting this reward from anything and couldn't be bothered to do anything, including making videos for you lot. I mean, if you've been catching up on the lives and stuff like that, the last sort of 8 weeks, well, the last 4 weeks, I've been saying to you, you know, I really want to get the FullON Show going. I really want to do this. I really want to do that. But I just couldn't be bothered because the Ozempic sort of was telling my brain, well, you can do this and it's probably a good idea and you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But I ain't giving you that enjoyment. You've cancelled all of your rewards because you've cancelled the food one, which is probably the biggest reward for me. Oh, I do love a good old snack. But that's what it did. For me, it cut out everything, not just the food. Now, if you've got a job, a normal job, and I'm not saying, you know, you're a normal, boring person with a boring job, but if your role in life is to get up in the morning, go to work, you work for a company and you know that this is your job, this is what you've got to do on a day-to-day basis, you know, whether you're sitting at a desk, working in a supermarket, you know, electrician, builder, whatever you are, you know that your task for that day is that. Go and do it. So you know that you've got that task to do, and at the end of the month, you're going to get paid to do that. So whether you sort of like it or not, you will go and do it, you know, doing the housework, whatever you do, you know, your general day-to-day life, you know that it's got to be done, you've got to do it. And that's the same with me. If there was things that needed to be done, you know, like Mrs. TravelON wants me to mend something or she's broken something, which is 24 hours a day in my house, I didn't mind doing that because it didn't reward me anyway, so I'd get up and do it. But it was the smaller tasks like, oh, I'd really like to do that, but I cannot be bothered. So if you've got a normal job and a normal life and stuff like that, and you go into work on a day-to-day basis and looking after the kids and stuff like that, I don't think it will affect you. It really does depend on what type of person you are. If you're like me and you've got to be on the go 24 hours a day, and if you sit down for more than 5 minutes, your brain starts ticking over, and you like to keep busy, I don't think it's going to work for you. It probably will make you lose weight, but it'll put you in a bit of a depressive state, and that's where I've been for the last sort of at least 4 weeks. I started on 0.5. I did 4 weeks on that because the pens that you get, they come in 4 weeks. So you take one of the little jabs every week. So I did 0.5 and then I went up to 1. And as soon as I went up to 1, it was game over for me. Honestly, I just literally could not be asked to do anything. I just wanted to lie in bed, scroll on TikTok, and I'd be thinking, right, I must do a video for you guys. Can't be asked. I must do this. I've got this idea. Can't be bothered, can't be bothered, can't be bothered. I've been off it now for about a week, and guess what? I'm here at 7:30 in the morning, full of energy, full of beans, making a bloody video for you guys. So it's definitely the Ozempic that put me into a real sort of unmotivated mood. But it might not do that to you. This is just my experience. Now, I don't know how it works in the UK and Ireland with regards to getting the Ozempic and the Mounjaro. I don't know if Mounjaro is better. A lot of people tell me that, you know, the Ozempic's not actually that good. The Mounjaro has been designed to actually make you lose weight, whereas the Ozempic, I believe, and again, I'm not a medical scientist, is something for people with diabetes. So the Ozempic is the real drug. The Mounjaro was sort of designed around that, but with more of a fat loss or a weight loss in mind. So maybe the Mounjaro is the one for you guys. I don't know. I couldn't get that here. I could only get the Ozempic. It was 120 euros a month as well. So it's not cheap. And I've heard in the news, in fact, my good friend Lanza Chick, who comes over quite a lot, she's on the Mounjaro, and she told me the prices are going sky high soon. They're really pushing the price up. I suppose it's supply and demand, but there's a lot of people on there. What do you think to this new weight loss drug? I mean, if you are really sort of clinically obese, or you're really, like I said, I'm not that bad, am I? I know I'm a bit fat, but I'm not like massive. I can move, I do my mega walks, you know, I'm pretty fit with regards to that, but I'm also got boobs bigger than a lot of females. And my belly just won't go down, and it shouldn't be like that with the amount of exercise I'm doing. So if you are struggling with your weight, certainly give it a go, because I lost about 5 kilos. But if you are not sort of mentally sort of focused on it, I wouldn't recommend it. Again, it really does depend. If you're sitting doing nothing anyway, chances are you'll take Ozempic and carry on sitting doing nothing, but you won't be eating. So it could be a good thing. But if you're sort of active and you like getting out and about and you've got lots to do, but you are carrying that timber, I would look at a different way to try and lose the weight other than that. Because if you do that, you're probably going to lose weight, but you're also going to lose a lot of other things in the process. And especially if you're self-employed and you have to keep motivated in order to make a living. So I'd love to hear your experiences. If you've tried Mounjaro or you've tried Ozempic, let me know in the comments, how did you get on with it? And well, what's next for me on the old weight loss? Well, first of all, I'm never going to be one of them people that come on and go, join me on my weight loss journey. However, I will tell you on a regular basis, if I've put on weight, lost weight, and well, just scan through some of the videos on the Mr. TravelON channel, you'll see how much I go up and down like a bloody yo-yo. Yesterday, pizza. I'm allergic to cheese. I shouldn't be eating that. So I've really got to get this sorted before I try any other sort of fad diets. One thing that did work for us, and Mrs. TravelON as well will swear by this, is a thing called C9 from Forever Living. Now, I'll put the link below for that. It's a 9-day detox. You got to not eat for 2 days. So if you can do that, give that a try. And fasting works absolutely amazing for me. I've told you this before, haven't I? If I don't eat anything for 2 days, my energy levels are through the roof. But look, I'm not a weight loss guru. You can clearly see that. I'm not a fitness guru, but I am going to give it a try, and I'm going to try some different things. And if I come across things at work, I'll let you know. It is as simple as that. Now I'm going to tell you more about this channel, the FullON Show, and I'm going on the radio. So I hope you enjoyed that. And like I said, this channel, the FullON Show, is more of a sort of lifestyle channel. It's just going to be general stuff like this. Not travel. This is going to be like normal life. Everything you could possibly imagine we'll talk about. We'll have a lot of rants on the way, and we'll just have a bit of fun. I'm going to do some more studio lives. Now I'm not jabbed up with the unmotivated drug that I was taking. Hopefully I'll get this off the road. But starting Monday, this Monday, which is the 18th, I think, of August, Power on FM. Yes. I always said I had a face for radio. so I thought I'd go on radio. I'm doing a show on FullON FM. You can listen to it online, FullON.fm, I think. FullON.fm, I'll put the link below. You can listen to it online, and if you're here in the Lanzarote or Fuerteventura, it's 99.2 if you're sort of Costa de Guise, Porto del Carmen, Arrecife way, or 92.2 FM down here in Playa Blanca and over in Fuerteventura. I'm going to be on the radio every single day, Monday to Thursday, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Yes, indeed. So you can tune in, and not only will you see Mr. TravelON on your screens, well, you'll now hear my annoying voice on the bloody radio as well. But we will play some good music. So that's FullON FM. FullON.fm, that's the website. Get over there, have a little look, and well, I hope you join me on a Thursday evening, 7 till 10 on the old radio. So I'm going to get back to running. Am I balls? I'm going to get back to walking, and I am going to be doing some fun stuff, okay? So make sure to follow this channel, the FullON Show, for more sort of generic stuff. Of course, Mr. TravelON channel is not going anywhere. And I've also got a new Facebook now. We've got Mr. TravelON on Facebook and Instagram, because we've also got the TravelON brand and stuff like that on Facebook and Instagram. But, well, Mr. TravelON, while he's part of TravelON, he's also part of a lot of other things as well. Now the bloody radio. What's next? Who knows? But as long as I ain't jabbing myself with that Ozempic, I think I'll probably have the motivation to do it. Listen, I hope you found that interesting. If you didn't, don't worry about it. But I hope it does help you in your decision of sort of what you're going to do if you're thinking about trying this. Give it a try. I mean, it can only either work or not work, can it? But just be aware of what it can do. And again, if you don't need to be full of energy and full of motivation 24 hours a day, well, it could be the one for you. But if you do, well, just be careful. And be careful with everything, okay? Including scrolling on TikTok, social media. I think we all need a bit of a detox from food, from this, from that, from bloody life in general. And look, if you're feeling depressed, it's all about mental health these days, isn't it? Do you know what? The only thing in this world that we can control, and this is what I tell myself every day, and well, it's like being allergic to certain foods. I shouldn't be eating them, but I do. I tell myself this every day. The only thing that we can control is what's up here in our brains. Our thoughts, our reactions, and how we perceive things. If someone annoys you, well, whilst it is their fault, it's your fault for letting them annoy you, because it's your brain telling you that that annoyed you. If you can switch that off, we'll all be rocking and rolling, won't we? It's easier said than done. But like I said, the only thing in this world that we can control is how we think and how we feel. It's a difficult thing to do, isn't it? But do try. If you feel like you're pissed off, or you feel like you're going into a bit of a state of depression, or something's annoyed you, or you don't like something, well, try and tell your brain, listen, I don't want to think like that, so I ain't gonna think like that, because you can actually turn that off, can't you? Everything else in the world, we are being controlled. So try not to let it control you. Don't watch the news. Try not to watch too much bollocks on social media and stuff like that. Unless it's Mr. TravelON, because you know I keep it real for you. Anyway, that's me gassing. I've got things to do. I shall see you in the next video, whether it be here on the FullON Show, whether it be over on the Mr. TravelON YouTube channel, or on the Instagram and Facebook pages. Just go over today and follow them all. Get yourself motivated. I shall see you later. Bye.